this road with a shotgun aiming at...
What's... Oh, shit. Nearly... I thought I spilled my drink. Shit. Take two. What's going on, folks? Welcome. I have been working. I haven't been able to do an update, as you guys know, so thank you very much for the support and not hating on me for that. So we have a work in progress update from November the 30th here. I haven't checked it at all. Been working, like I just said. But we're going to go through this together, and hopefully we can see what's happening, see what's going on with SCUM. Yeah, I thought there was going to be an update. My bad for putting it out there, and obviously the devs have apologized and everything as well for saying that. They've been really busy. They've been really busy. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's see what they've put out in this work in progress update. The last 2 weeks were wild for us, and we'll tell you all about it, but let's get into SCUM news first. So, okay, vehicles. Yes, vehicles. Feature set plan for the first iteration of vehicles. So I'm guessing that's the phase 1. The ability to enter and exit the vehicle and be either a driver or a passenger. Yes. Each car has one or more slots for players. The number of slots depends on the vehicle type and shape. Which slot player will occupy is determined by the player's proximity to the slot. We plan to deliver at least one drivable vehicle with 4 slots. That's pretty cool. So they've basically got the basics there. You can get in a vehicle and have slots. So ability to store items in the vehicle makes sense. There are some restrictions when entering the vehicle or having an item in hands or holsters or having a backpack. Okay, so you're not allowed to enter a vehicle if you've got a backpack on or a gun in your hand. You'll have to kind of holster it. Or holsters or having a backpack. Okay, so it's going to do some issues getting into the vehicle. You might have to take the gun off, put it in the vehicle. The player cannot enter a vehicle either as a driver or as a passenger. If he has a backpack or holstered items, he needs to store those items in the vehicle first to drop them on the ground. This is indicated with F, store interaction hovering over the vehicle. Additionally, the driver must store the items in hands inside the vehicle before being able to drive the vehicle. This is subject to change, and we'll see how this behavior is received. Another option is that the game automatically stores superfluous items inside the vehicle. What is superfluous? What the fuck does that mean? Inside the vehicle, but that just seems too arcadey at the moment. So okay, I can understand that. You're getting in a car, you're not exactly going to be wearing your fucking backpack, and you're not exactly going to be carrying a gun like this while you're driving. So it makes sense to actually take that off and put it into the vehicle storage itself. Ability to destroy the vehicle repairs, which probably will probably not be implemented in the first iteration. So don't forget, folks, this is phase 1 of the vehicle update. So you're going to get vehicles, we're going to get vehicles. But this is just the phase 1 part of it. Ability to kill other players and small NPCs with vehicles by driving into them. Okay, that's cool. Ability to kill players when they're inside the vehicle. Bullet penetration deflection should work on glass and metal parts as expected. That's pretty cool. So you're not going to die instantly with a hit, but if you get a few hits through the car, it could penetrate the wood, the metalwork or whatever. Base vehicle sound and graphics effects. Some expected effects may be absent in the first iteration. Okay. What will most probably not be available in the first iteration? Fueling and repairs, first-person camera, ability to shoot from inside the vehicle, advanced car damage effects, and destructible environment. Okay, so basically what they're saying is that we want cars, they're going to give us cars, but it's going to be the first iteration of cars, phase 1. So here's the car, you can't do everything with it, but have fun for now until we fix everything. So they're giving us some toys to play with. I can appreciate that, I can respect that. Archery, I don't really use that too often, but it does come in handy, especially if you're a beginner. Archery is a skill of shooting from bows. There are different types of bows players will be using in the game. Depending on the type, bows are divided into recurve, one-piece bow takedowns. Limbs can be changed and removed when disassembled. It can fit into the backpack, compound, and crossbows, because crossbows perform more likely the rifles will they handle separately. Right, okay. That's cool. All bows have different poundage. Poundage! We like poundage here at Raykit, don't we? The poundage, it's common to use the pound sign to indicate pounds. So 40 pounds would be represented as 40 hash, or draw weight represents the force required to hold the string stationary at full draw. Draw weight is used to define the power of the bow. For pulling the bowstring, player uses both strength and technique. I like that word, technique, that's cool. While strength is related to his attribute, technique is related to his skill. If the player doesn't have sufficient strength or skill, he or she will not be able to pull the string all the way. In the following table, you can see how strength relates with specific draw weight. Okay, so when they're talking about draw weight, what they're talking is the pounds per pressure, and when they pull the bow like that, they're pulling the string and they let go. Now, if you're a weakling, you're not going to be able to pull that, and you're going to just, you're not really going to get anywhere, are you? So if you pull it really far back, when you've got your strength and your technique up, because it's a new skill, don't forget, then you're going to be able to go, pew, and it's gone. Where the fuck did that go? So the archery skill level influences both how long player. Archery skill level influences both how long player can hold the bow steady Archery skill level influences both how long the player can hold the bow steady in full draw and gives additional bonuses. Here is a bonus that archery skill gives to the player's strength. Skill level, draw weight, no skill 0, basic 10, medium, advanced, advanced. Okay, advanced plus, yeah, because there's 4 basic skills. Basic, medium, advanced, and advanced plus. If you've got the advanced plus, you go in places. You are firing away somewhere, but you go in places. The initial time for holding the bow steady in the full draw is shown in the table below, so you have to get your skills up if you're going to be able to keep it steady, get the draw weight there, get the strength in, all that good shit. Aside from the mechanics and how it works, quivers and special arrows will be added with time. So special arrows will you know, you're not just going to have the basic wooden arrow. You're going to be able to craft probably metal shafts and metal pointy arrows, wooden points. I don't know. Like, you're going to have loads of different points to the end of your arrows. But having a quiver is great because it saves space in the inventory as well, which is really, really cool. So I like that. That's cool. Fortifications. Features planned for the first iteration of the fortification system. Entrance doors to residential houses will now be claimable by spending fame points. The claiming price will change depending on the house type and location. In practice, bigger houses will cost more. Some neighborhoods will be pricier than others, and so on. If a house has more than one entrance, each door will have to be claimed separately. So this is really, really cool, and this is why I'm going to give these guys so much more time to get these things done, because I don't want to have all this stuff and have it broken, especially in a survival game. We've been there before with other survival games, but these guys, they're being honest, they're putting these things out, and at least they're giving us a first phase, a first iteration of the vehicles and the base building and such. You're going to be able to have your own house, and this is before you'll be able to buy stuff and have the safe zone, Tech 1 base and all this stuff we keep hearing about. But you're going to be able to have your own house. You're not just going to be able to build a base somewhere, which I think will be coming later on. So far, wood, scrap metal, and metal bar variants will be included for crafting. Each level comes with their own durability and penetration factors, i.e. wood is shit, metal is fucking awesome. Closed doors will be able to be opened by default only by the owner and their squad members. So obviously, I'm guessing with that, they're going to create some sort of family. If any of you guys have played Arma before, you'd understand. Now, when you create a family, you can invite people into that permanently, and whoever owns it can kick other people out of it or whatever. But you'll all be in your own squad, so you can all get into the house whenever you want. That is cool. That is cool. I really like that. Doors claim status will be resettable by lockpicking them. This will require a craftable lockpick item upon which the user will enter a lockpicking minigame. What probably won't be available in the first iteration is the Fame Store, a place where you can buy fortifications as well as various furniture and decorations for your home. That is awesome. That is awesome. This is going places, this game. But people just ain't giving it enough time. But I'm seeing it for what it is. I'm seeing this game. Doors will be upgradable with more complex types of locks requiring a higher lockpicking skill, and different mini-games to break in. That's pretty cool. I guess that's kind of like Skyrim, where you get the lockpicking feature and stuff. Defense mechanisms for doors, usually dealing damage to someone who fails to break in, i.e. a gas cloud if you fail to break in someone else's lock, or attempt to break in someone else's lock and it fails, an IED might go off, you might have your head blow off or something, I don't know. But that's awesome, that's great, and this sort of stuff is really hard to put into a game, and I think that these people out there who are like, oh my god, it's been 3 months already, like, you know, give these guys a break. They're working their asses off here, and you know, that is just the truth. These guys have got to promote their game, and they have to code the game, program the game, and do everything. And it goes into detail. I mean, this isn't easy stuff. Optimizations, items. All items in the world, including storage, chests, crafted, and dropped items, will be handling with a new item virtualization system. All of those new items will now be spawned in the world only when near a prisoner and despawned otherwise, greatly reducing the number of active objects in the world. No worries when you get close to them again, they will respawn. Item expiration is also handled by the system, so all the items mentioned above will remain in the world for a certain amount of time, currently 20 minutes for all items. All items crafted with the blueprint system, chests, fireplaces, shelters, have to be maintained by the maintain action, otherwise they get destroyed after 7 days. For now, there is no maintain cost. Okay, so another thing like that I've seen in other games, if you don't go back to your base, you're basically, after 7 days, it's going to start to deteriorate and disappear. What was it saying here? All of those... What was it saying here? All of those items will now be spawned in the world only when near a prisoner and despawned otherwise, greatly reducing the number of active objects in the world. Okay, so what I'm guessing is if there's no player within a certain radius, that base isn't going to show up, or the locks aren't going to show up for that building, because you're going to have a house, So just imagine this for a moment. I'm guessing this is what it is. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But you've got a player. He goes up to a building and suddenly, obviously, within a certain distance, everything will appear on that house that you've claimed. Like the locks and everything and the doors and that. But from a distance, it's like that doesn't even exist. So it saves objects on the server, which creates better server performance. That's a great idea. It's kind of something like GTA does and something that I think Star Citizen is implementing as well. So basically, everything in the galaxy or everything in GTA, Grand Theft Auto, everything is going on at the same time. But you only see it when you're around it. So they've locked it to a certain radius where the player can see. That's great. More performance. I'm pretty sure that's what they meant though. Less objects in the world at one time. Game runs better on both client and server. Okay, that makes sense. Fish Factory and Sawmill. We finished 2 new locations for the... Locations. We finished 2 new locations for you guys, but this time we won't tell you where they are. So once the patch drops next Friday, you can find them for yourself. Okay, cool. New locations. Look at that. That's awesome. I'm liking this. Sawmill. Yeah, Fishing Town. This looks cool. Just shit like this is awesome. Next week, we will introduce you to the team and everything that's going on in the background so you all can get a better grasp of what's being done in Gamepires. Please keep in mind that there is no set date of the release for any of the features mentioned in this post. It's just to show you what's being done. Also, these are not patch notes, and this list does not represent what will be in the next patch notes, and everything is prone to change. So, ignore everything. I'm only kidding. Don't ignore that. So, there's a few things there. Everything pretty much there is most likely going to be in the game unless they change something. But there's no date for any of this right now. There's no date for any of this stuff. So hopefully next Friday we'll see what's going to happen, or the Friday after. I was told vehicles and base building before Christmas, like the first phase, first iteration. So who knows? Who knows? But let's give these guys a break. Come on. They're working their butts off to give us a really good game. Once you get the house and the vehicles, and then they can start implementing other things into the game, it's going to be incredible. Plus they have the team deathmatch. This game is massive. Like for me, it's... when I put my heart and soul into something, I know it's going to be worth it. And I enjoy every second that I play of this game. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the update video. I'm going to be streaming Monday. I'm not sure what time, sometime in the afternoon. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, smash that thumbs up like you've never done before. Show some support. We are a SCUM dedicated channel now. And this is survival's my thing. Survival's my thing, guys. So say hi. I'll say hi back. But yeah, guys, don't forget to do all that. I love you all. You're amazing. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.